Hello and welcome to today's charity tournament hosted by the Girls Gank Squad. I am the Crushinator and I'm happy to be bringing you one of these first round matches in today's tournament. We've got 8 excellent teams that are going to be here competing today, benefiting the Games for Love organization. If you want to check them out, gamesforlove.org. They're an organization that's dedicated to easing the suffering of hospitalized children. You can put !charity or !donate in the chat to get a donation link, and if you want to learn more, just head on over to gamesforlove.org and you will hear all about what they do. Yeah, we've got the teams in the lobby. We're setting up and getting ready to go here. There are I'll show you the map situation just in case you're interested. For this particular tournament, there are no map bans. The higher seed simply chooses first pick or map pick, and we go on with the 9 maps that you see here. We're going to be starting off on Dragonshire for our first one, which has been chosen by our number 7 seed Pac-Man. We're taking on the number 2 seed Space Invaders today. Let them know that I'm ready to go at their leisure. Bring it on back to me. You can hang out with me and the sleepy boy, the sleepiest Jin. Oh, we got our first donation and it didn't bust my ears out. That's fantastic. We might even be able to do a little resizing on that as well. Let's do that and hope that that's a little bigger. Can I see a list? Let me see if I can pull up a list here of donators. C2D2, first one on the list with the $10. Thank you so much, C2D2. There are 4 active streams going on right now, so you might not be in this chat, but I will thank you here nonetheless. All right, looks like the teams are getting all set and ready to go. So we'll kick off here on Dragonshire in just a moment. Let's jump in. Overlay works. Got the new music going. Oh, starting off fantastic. Starting off just grandly. You can see our players here today. Space Invaders is going to be in the blue. Pac-Man will be in the red. Space Invaders playing today Starcaller, Jay Trinja, Cascon, KLA, and Krizzo. For Pac-Man, we've got Kian, Hoku, Faker, Fangirl, Rodney77, and Dream Finder. Diablo going to be the first ban here for the side of Space Invaders. He is a threat here on Dragonshire, can have a little bit of trouble scouting in the mid, but as long as that's covered by someone on the team, Diablo can definitely threaten in that triangle. Brightwing will be the first ban here from Pac-Man. Probably the strongest healer on Dragonshire just for being able to tilt that top lane matchup quite a bit. Hogger, the next ban here. Never a bad idea to ban or pick the Hogger on any map, really. Dragonshire, you've got a particular advantage for being able to solo the back camp in between waves. And of course, just being, you know, an unstoppable regen machine. So that's a very understandable ban there. Zul Jin, going to be the final ban here from Pac-Man. Zul Jin, very good if the teams are constantly brawling out, so make sure to get that banned away. KLA going to be first pick in Johanna here for Space Invaders. Not a super threatening tank in the early game, but is super survivable. We've got some donations already rolling in here as Hoku picking up the Varian first pick over on the side of Pac-Man. See what they want to pair along with that. Looks like Kian going for the Rexar. Very nicely done. Let's check those donators. Looks like Annalise dropping $25. Thank you very much, Annalise. John Kruger with $100 donated. Thank you so much for your donations today. Already $135 on the way to our first $1,500 goal. Isn't that amazing? Space Invaders bring in the Samuro and the Rhaegar. Starcaller, one of the 3 Samuro players left in Heroes of the Storm. Bringing that pick here for Space Invaders. Krizo going for the Rhaegar, still a powerhouse. That slowing totem kind of gets overlooked a lot on the battlefield, and you wonder, why can't I attack? Why can't I move? And there it is, it's the totem. Vala going to be banned out here by Pac-Man. Definitely an all-rounder in terms of damage dealing. Can be a solo damage dealer, can be a flex damage dealer. Do it all with the Vala. Stukov going to be the ban here from Space Invaders. Stukov can definitely lock down a Johanna by denying the Iron Skin if you can get that initial engage. So an understandable ban there. Pac-Man thinking about what they want to pair along with this Varian. No Stukov going to be allowed this time, so we'll see what they're thinking. Asmodan Lily getting funky here on the side of Pac-Man. Going to try to go for a little bit of a wave clear with the Asmodan Lily. Going to try to slow down that Samuro and Rhaegar with the heavy attacks on the front line. Of course, having an extra cleanse never hurts. Rodney going to have to bring the big damage in that last spot. We'll see what Space Invaders is cooking up here. We've got Sylvanas and Alarak here from Jade Trinja and Cascon. Pretty frightening duo there. Alarak being able to silence that front line, Varian not able to go to that parry while silenced. Of course, if Lily gets brought in there, it can be tough for Lily to get on out, so Cascon will be one to watch here. Pac-Man on the last pick. Going for the Hanzo here from Rodney. Alright, some great long-range damage to come on out here from the side of Pac-Man. Exciting to see. Very cool. And the donations keep on rolling in. Let's head on back to the cam here so I can read off some of these donos. Refresh the page. Clouded Minds Org dropping $150 and Rothgar with a $200 donation. We are already up to $485 on our charity event today. Amazing work, everybody. Thank you so much for your support for these tournaments. Is fantastic. All right, we are loading on in here to Dragonshire. As soon as we come on through, be able to get our game number 1 underway in this best of 3. Alarak Samuro on one side. We've got Asmodan, Rexar, Lily on the other side. This is a lot of heroes that I don't get to cast a lot. Excited to see how they mesh. Everyone in the chat, Stanks is here, Luminaire, Wono, Rackham, appreciate you being here. Looks like the teams are loading in, so let's get into the game. Here we go. It's game number 1. On the left in the blue, we have Space Invaders. Krizo is on the Rhaegar, Jade Trinja on the Sylvanas, Starcaller playing Samuro, KLA on the Johanna, and Cascon is playing Alarak. On the right in the red, we have Pac-Man, Rodney on the Hanzo, Kian on the Rexar, Hoku playing Varian, Faker Fangirl on the Asmodan, and Dreamfinder playing the Lily.
2, 1. Unleash the dragon.
Can hear those donos rolling on in. Check on those after this game number 1, but I can see we're up to $520. Oh yeah, that's right. I got to frame the camera a little differently. We got that bar across the top, let you know what's going down. So I'll try to keep the heroes not cropped behind that bar for you. As our first engage comes on through, Starcaller charged onto on the top side there by Hoku. We'll blink on back to safety, no problem. Looks like Space Invaders getting their wave cleared and starting to head on down here while Samuro has already made it up to the top lane. Cavalier Guest, how you doing? Here to flame on the Space Invaders, my goodness. Space Invaders have got their wave clear on lock here as Samuro has started the double soak. And now Faker Fangirl going to come on down to try to help clear this bottom lane as the first camps are coming up here at the 1 minute mark. Checking on our top lane, Kian taking a little bit of damage there from Starcaller as Samuro took a hit or two as well. Looks like Space Invaders going to go for their Bruiser camp first here at the 1 minute mark. Not going to go for the left side camp just yet. that we see Hoku checking on. Pretty bold check from a level 2 variant, but it's important when in that tank position to keep the scouting going. See Pac-Man is grabbing that bottom siege camp, getting that ready to go, as our first dragon is getting all primed up here. My goodness, up to $654. Our first, 2 minutes of game number 1. This tends to be how these GGS charity tournaments go. We get big boosts right at the beginning, and we get strong follow-throughs at the end. I'm always excited to be able to come on out for these, see what the organizers can do. It's always a smooth experience. The players are always having a fantastic time, so I love that. And we're already hitting that $650 mark here for today's tournament. Oh, Krizzo's actually jumped over the wall by accident with that surge. Can't get through the gate. It's going to be a Misha for a Rhaegar for first blood in this game as the push continues here on the top side for Space Invaders. Unfortunate there for Krizzo. Starcaller could be going down next. One more auto. The spray. Oh, Rondi doesn't commit. Starcaller gets away just barely. KLA looking for a channel. Going to be interrupted there by Hanzo. And Rexar takes back the top point there for Pac-Man. A lot of focus onto the top side so far. As we now see Krizzo has come back and has started up the bottom siege camp here for Space Invaders. Hoku thinking about taking the bottom shrine as Cascon waiting for some support to come on through. There's the siege camp completed. Starcaller on the top side trying to deal with Misha here and contest this point. Will deny a dragon capture here. Oh, Krizzo nearly caught on that rotation. Nice scatter from Rodney as Faker Fangirl pushing the wave up to the wall a little bit here. Both teams closing in on level 7, just trying to catch as much of these waves as possible. You see Rexar still trying to deal with Samuro up here, having a little bit of a tough time, but that tends to be how that matchup goes. Cascon getting away from Hoku now. Hoku does have that charge taunt available now, so that's going to be something for Space Invaders to watch out for as they move through the bush here. We'll have to see if Hoku goes for the shield breaker on 13, whether it's going to be a Johanna kill target style team fight. As the Iron Skin is used there, Hoku in a little bit of trouble, taking some damage. Krizzo moves forward with another aggressive lunge. He'll get out to tell the tale this time. Sevens are in for both sides. Starcaller continuing to put the pressure onto Kian here on the top side. Samuro is a tough one to crack. Hoku in trouble down on the low side. Got body blocked in by KLA. First full blood there for Space Invaders as they look to control both shrines here. Trinja holding the bottom here as Alarak heading to the mid for a possible first dragon. We'll see if Cascon can grab this. Faker Fangirl not going to let this go for free, though. Dreamfinder going to come through with the assist as well. KLA gathering up 2 here is a little bit light on health as the pull is good onto Lili. Dreamfinder gets behind the wall. Krizzo caught jumping once again here, will go down as Cascon couldn't quite get that sneaky interrupt, or that sneaky channel, I should say. Pac-Man doing a good job of hanging on despite the situation in the top lane. Kian gonna need a little bit of help eventually here as Starcaller just relentlessly pushing forward with those clones. J-Changer grabbing a couple of those minions to help push through the mid as the bottom camp for Pac-Man is up once again. Cruiser camp right on time here for Space Invaders as well. Wanting to open up the lead even further there on the top side to help out Starcaller. Experience is pretty even though. Both teams should hit level 10 roughly at the same time here. We'll see if there's any alternative heroic picks or if everything gets pretty standard here. Pac-Man getting 10s first. We're going to see the jug of 1,000 cups here from Lili. Unleash the Boars for Rexar. Dragon Arrow is the choice for Hanzo, as Asmodan and Varian still considering what the 10 choices are going to be. Looks like it's going to be the Black Pool and the Shield Wall to round things out here for Pac-Man. Space Invaders, we've got the Illusion Master for Samuro as Rexar going down there on the top side. Mind Control, Counter Strike, Blessed Shield, and the Ancestral Healing. So it's going to be a fort for a fort here, as now the Bruiser Camp looking to be stolen by Space Invaders. Rodney getting some scatters there. Has finished that level 1 quest, so now has the 5 bolts. Both teams just saying, you know what, we're just going to keep on pressing. We've got a double camp here in the bottom lane for Pac-Man. We've got a double camp in the top lane for Space Invaders. Both teams just sort of happy to keep on pushing these lanes. Lili caught here on the low side as now Mind Control hits onto Hoku. Fully body blocked into that triangle as Varian goes down. Space Invaders peeling back to get these Siege Giants taken care of, but they've already chewed quite a bit of this wall down. Pac-Man dealing with that top lane, have a bit of their wall left as well. Rodney looking for an interrupt there, gets the first one onto Starcaller. Baker Fangirl, oh, getting a big bomb there onto Starcaller. Samuro taking a huge hit there from the Blackpool ult of Asmodan. KLA is going to grab this Dragonite for the side of Space Invaders, and looks like they're going to be pushing through the mid. Mind Control lands onto Asmodan here in the front. Baker Fangirl going to walk it on back here. Zalarak was not in range for the follow-up. There's the Pole Silence coming through next. Misha doing a good job of tanking on that front line, forcing the Dragon to move back. That is going to be a tough thing here for Space Invaders, pushing into an Asmodan, as Asmodan can just clear those minions for free and force the Dragon to take tower shots. So that could extend this game quite a bit as we move into the later half. Samuro continuing to be everywhere all the time. Soku pushed back here. Cascon going to step forward, look for a little comboni there. Pressure here on the bottom side as well, as the Dragon Knight is cleared away by Rodney, but the wall is still to fall. Whole crew rotating down. Here comes the Mind Control. Not quite going to land onto Rodney there. There's a full rotation from Pac-Man. Hoku trying to find something here, but Space Invaders has moved on out of there. Hoku maybe a bit on an island here is going to be caught and pulled in. There's a Dragon Arrow stun onto everybody. Huge combo from Rodney, but a turnaround from Johanna is going to stop them in their tracks for now. Hoku being healed up by the Jug of 1,000 Cups. KLA in trouble, barely gets out and receives the Ancestral. Huge haymakers from both sides there, but nobody going down. Space Invaders using that Samuro wave pressure to keep Pac-Man on the back foot right now, but Hoku is wanting to find that charge target. We'll get hit with the Mind Control here. There's the charge onto KLA. We do have Shield Breaker on, or Shattering Throw on 13. So Johanna is now a possible kill target. Looking at the Asmodan stacks currently, 312 on the baseline, and finished with that level 1 Gluttony. So Asmo going to be putting out some pretty impressive teamfight damage from this point forward. Next Shrine phase is starting to get ready to go. Right now, Pac-Man controlling the bottom side. Rexar having to keep tabs on Samuro there on the top lane. Alarak rotating on through to meet the 4v4 here, as now Samuro's thinking about coming and joining the fight. Rexar still stuck in that top lane for now, so we'll see if Hoku wants to pick something here. The poke from Asmodan and Hanzo should eventually wear them down. Space Invaders stepping up nonetheless. There's a full engage, Blessed Shield onto 3. Mind Control lands as well as the Dragon Arrow from Rodney, trying to save Lili, but that is Dreamfinder going down. Hoku being chased out will be the next to fall. Double kill here for Space Invaders, as they've now created a lot of space in the bottom lane to try to take down this fort. (16-15) here as bottom fort goes down. No control on the top shrine for now, but we're going to see a Bruiser camp come on out here from Space Invaders. We will see Starcaller come on up to try to grab another Dragon Knight here. Bottom camp gets cleared away by that catapult, but another camp will be right on its heels. It's now Cascon looking for a possible dragon. Gonna be the push, trying to get those stacks on that level 1 extended lightning, getting heroes with the center of the lightning cast. Space Invaders grabbing themselves a dragon here in the mid as we see Blessed Shield engage, but big bombs from Azmodan land right onto the pack there. Starcaller trying to find Dreamfinder, but gets blowned. Oku in trouble on that front line, trying to walk it on out of there, but the slow is too much, and Varian goes down. Dreamfinder did manage to get away there, but another player advantage here for Space Invaders as they take down the last fort. Asmo finishing all the quests is now an absolute monster on that AoE damage. Stun on the front line as Johanna forced to pop the Iron Skin. Dragon Knight getting low will get popped off here. So right now Space Invaders running out of minions will go down. Or will walk away, I should say. Pressure in the mid from Samuro. So now we've got a Camp Steel coming on out. Space Invaders doing a really good job of not giving ground in these side lanes here. Rexar just stuck on the top side, clearing out those catapults. Camps being stolen by Space Invaders, keeping Pac-Man locked in their base. They will be able to get that Bruiser camp to help out Rexar in the top lane, as yet another camp picked up by Space Invaders to push bot. So we're going to go ahead and check this out with a clone. The rest of the team is doing their own Bruiser camp here on the left, so there'll be a match on the top side. Someone's got to deal with this pressure here. This catapult is a little bit stuck, but there's more Siege Giants on the way. See the two coming on down to get that sorted out. Space Invaders going to look for the mid. Blessed Shield onto Lili. There's the pull. Silence doesn't hit, but the Mind Control does. And that is going to be Dreamfinder going down. Full commit there from Space Invaders, but they find their mark.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains.
Starcaller dealing with the top lane here. The Space Invaders looking for a possible rotation, possibly to pick up this bottom keep. Right now, Pac-Man a little bit split. Varian heading up to the top side to try to help clear and find Samuro. As Hanzo is going to be pulled and taken down here, and this could mean a keep for Space Invaders. J-Chandra trying to step up and get that damage in, but there's still quite a lot of members. These three here from Pac-Man, so they can't just move in for free. They do have the 20 to 18 advantage, though, but it looks like they're instead just going to focus on getting another dragon to help them take down the keeps. Cascon now has that double ult at level 20, waiting for a deadly charge opportunity.
Now it burns.
We're going to see the dragon picked up here by Space Invaders. Baker Fangirl gets behind here. Oh, Blessed Shield is committed there. That is the level 20, getting up to 5 targets now. But couldn't catch Azmodan before getting behind the wall. Dragon Knight going to focus on the bottom lane here. We'll see if this is going to be a slow siege into core or just a quick keep and run. Oku getting slowed there on that front line is going to get a taunt onto KLA. Johanna taking a lot of damage there from Azmodan as the keep will fall. Dragon Knight continuing to pressure on forward here. We could see sort of a slow siege or an engage from Space Invaders. There's the pull onto 2 as the big heal from Rhaegar is going to get a clutch heal twice onto KLA. There's the Mind Control onto the front line as Rexar is pulled on forward here. Space Invaders trying to crack Pac-Man. There's a huge combo from Alarak. Double lightning onto the front. They're thinking about sticking around, but they're a little bit light on health, so they're just going to go ahead and back off and play the map once more. Nice job by Pac-Man to hold there. That's a tough spot. Some big combos landed, but they hold the core on that objective push. Yeah, he was going for the cheeky plays to try to get that extended lightning. That can be a tough one, especially when your 2 damage targets are Azmodan and Hanzo. They're kind of far away to try to get those zaps onto the front line. Starcaller continuing the pressure here. The Space Invaders just moves around the map, creating infinite pressure to be dealt with by Pac-Man. Excuse me for a moment. There we go. Back to the action.
Another chance to prove yourself worthy.
KLA moving up to the top side here. Hoku is going to be dismounted, pops the shield wall, and is trying to charge on out of there. We're going to see a full invade here as the mind control lands onto Misha on the front. Asmo with a big bomb, though. Krizzo not going to get that heal off in time, will go down. Starcaller getting on out of there with just a little bit of health left. And KLA trying to get away. Those holy renewals are big, but not big enough. Double kill here for Pac-Man as Cascon going in for everybody. Counter-strike onto 2 is going to be stunned, though, by Misha and removed. That is a triple kill for Pac-Man late in the game here, but they don't have a lot of map pressure to work with here. They should at least be able to move around and pick up this dragon, but we'll see how much more they can get before Space Invaders is back at full strength. Jay Trinja just grabbing this shrine for a moment here. Samuro gonna try to deny the top side. Kian tries to send Misha in there, but will not get there in time. That is a pretty big play here from Starcaller. Starcaller might find Rexar here. Kian has to keep moving away. There's the blinds from Dreamfinder to deny. Starcaller going to be seen. But Samuro is going to go ahead and get out of there. Honestly, Starcaller and Jay Trinja did a really nice job there of delaying this Dragon Knight. You won't be able to delay it any longer, but long enough that the team of Space Invaders is now back at full strength. Cascon going to avoid the kick there from the dragon as Rodney's stepping on forward. Combo down onto Misha there as the pressure continues. Faker Fangirl throwing in those big bombs. Dragon Knight not getting a lot of damage onto structures here, though, is being forced to move away. Oh my goodness, these Asmodan hits are hitting everybody. Cascon kicked away there. There's only 19% health left on this dragon. Right now, Pac-Man not able to get a lot done on the map here, but if they can get themselves another fight, they might be in business here. Another huge hit as Starcaller moves into the back, trying to get damage onto Asmodan. There's a dragon arrow onto Jay Trinja. Rodney jumps over the wall to avoid the mind control as this brawl continues on. Starcaller a little bit low, manages to get away. And teams are going to go ahead and reset. The map control on the side of Space Invaders super strong here, but the scaling now available for Pac-Man is really starting to show. Camp Steel's completed as the catapults have to be dealt with here on the bottom lane. And now Samuro just checking out this camp, doing some scouting with those clones. Space Invaders going to commit to the camp here, but Hoku sees it, and the rest of the team get here. Right now, they're a little bit split. Cascon looking at Rodney there, but does not go for the pull. Rexar having to deal with the bottom lane, Misha holding down the bush. Top lane pressure is next to be dealt with by Pac-Man. Space Invaders wrapping around will not get Kian. Right now, we're just waiting for the next fight. When can Pac-Man force something here? Space Invaders grabbing the last camp on the map here before the shrines activate. See mid-clone being taken down. Starcaller Just patrolling around, patrolling around.
Control both shrines.
Smiro's gonna grab a quick top dragon, or a quick top shrine here. Hoku. Oh, Jay Trinja could be in trouble. There's the charge taunt. Follow-up is good, but a nice cleanse there from Krizzo. Dragon Knight is claimed here by Samuro. That could just march it onto core. KLA trying to get away with that Blessed Shield. Ancestral lands. The chase continues here, but Pac-Man not going to get it. Cascon moving forward to try to stop the backs. Rodney is going to get out of there. Kian and Hoku not going to be so lucky, though, as the dragon moving in towards the core. The stalling continues from Space Invaders as they move up this bottom lane. Hoku getting away from the Discord strike, but now the shielding is gone. Dragon Knight just cleaving away. Not even going to try to move around here. Gets the core down to 57. They've got a great stun and taunt, though. Samuro is down. That's a lot of core damage peeled away. Cascon going to get the counter-strike onto the core, which is down to 40%. Alarak falls. Pac-Man look like they have this defense. KLA is going to try to get a couple more whacks here, but will go down for the trouble. 28%, and the core is saved for Pac-Man. Yeah, when Samuro got caught, that was a big blow to the core hopes of Space Invaders. Smuro's so strong when having those clones all attacking the same structure. But with 3 down, can Pac-Man just move it across the map and take this win? Do they have enough time and siege power here? They're going to move on forward to the keep. They don't have any minions. They're just going to have to use the Asmodan minions. They're going to have to use the Misha Bear. The keep is moving down quickly. Samuro's up in 6 seconds. 12 on Alarak, 20 on Johanna. And Pac-Man is going for the win here. Krizzo and Jay Trinja, they can't wait too much longer here. Starcaller moving to the outside as the core is down to 80%. Members are starting to come back here as Dreamfinder gets the healing ult. Cascon moves in. This could be another defense here. Misha goes down. Core down to 40. Faker Fangirl moves forward, gets the laser on the core. That's Asmodan going down. That's Hanzo going down. 23%. Variant is falling. There is Kian. There is the Lily Dreamfinder. And now the core is saved at 20%. GG has been called. Space Invaders now have the opportunity. They're going to walk it across the map. They've already got the lane pressure. It's going to be a blue team victory here for game number 1. What an effort here from our teams. Almost got there in time, just couldn't get the angles there. A great defense from Space Invaders. And they will take the game 1 victory. GG. Very nicely played. Super back and forth between our 2 seed and our 7 seed here in game number 1. We'll check out those post-game stats here in a moment. Let's get on over there. Checking out that damage. Cascon on the Alarak, 115,000 there coming on through for Space Invaders. Faker Fangirl on the Asmodan. Nearly 120,000 hero damage, nearly 300,000 on the Siege, just showing that stats machine that the Lord of Sin is. Very nicely done. We'll take a look at the talents for those who are interested, and we'll set ourselves up for a game number 2. Alrighty. While we have a moment, let's check that dono list. I heard a couple go off in the middle of the game there. Mr. Barista came in with $10, Valkyrie with $25, and Icy Morning with $133.70. Thank you all so much for your donations. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being out here and supporting today's charity. ! Donate if you want that link to be able to donate to today's incentives. Speaking of incentives, we've got some. Which direction are they? They're up that way. We've got some cool incentives being put on by Plasticine for this event. When we hit the $250 mark, which we have hit, chat will write a tweet for her. At $500, which we've now connected, get a HOTS character tier list. Got the Community Jackbox Night coming up at $750. Custom ARAMs at $1,000. Community Karaoke Night at 1.25 and 1.5. You get a Discord /pizza night. That's all over twitch.tv/PlasticeneX. Looks like our next lobby is forming here. So let's get on in there, and I'll see who chose the map. Looks like this one was chosen by Pac-Man. Lovely. Show you the map select here. We are going to Towers of Doom here for game number 2. Pac-Man gonna try to bring it on back on the Bring It Back map. The best comeback map in Heroes of the Storm. You love to see it. Just waiting on our 10th player and we'll be able to get going. Lovely, lovely, lovely. If you want to see what's going on with the other series, you can do !bracket in the chat to see all of the team names and who's playing who. That was put up by Snarfungus earlier, so you can check that out. Once we get our 10th player, we'll be able to start. All right, looks like they're starting to be brought in here. Give them the caster R. We will get going. I'll take a look at the... I'm trying to remember who's streaming today. I believe Goon GGWP is streaming... No, Rob Paris. Rob Paris is hosting the first one. And the Lime Bus is also taking one of these first series, if you want to see what's going on the other channels. Teams are thinking about being ready. Jinjin, what are you doing? What a guy. What a guy. All right, we're getting the 3, 2, 1s going on here in the chat, so we'll be able to jump into our next draft here.
Towers of Doom.
All righty. Towers of Doom for game number 2. See if there's going to be any big changes in the draft strategy. Any heroes these teams don't want to see repeated? We will have to see. Still a Diablo ban coming up first for Space Invaders. One thing I love about, just heroes in general, these community tournaments, is these teams come in with a lot of individual and personal knowledge. As we see that Samuro ban there from Pac-Man. So, like, I could theorize about why, theoretically Diablo is a good pick and yada yada yada, and the answer is just Hoku plays a good Diablo. That's the long and the short of it. It's nice having that sort of insider look. Stitch is banned out. That's a new one here for game number 2. Stitches can pull some shenanigans here on towers. Can have a little bit of a struggle when you're behind on the map. That's sort of the drawback of Stitches. But if you are even on the map, and especially if you're ahead on the map, Stitches can make it so it's very, very difficult to move out safely. No tanks allowed apparently this game, as Johanna the next to be banned out by Pac-Man. Cruzo will say thank you very much and grab up that Brightwing first pick. Pac-Man thinking about their 2 follow-up here. Towers of Doom. Hogger's open. I'm not sure if they've got a Hogger player. Hazardin's not bad on this map. Faker Fangirl, though, going to opt for the Sylvanas first pick, though. And Dreamfinder bringing that Stukov that got taken away in game number 1. Alright, so we got some silences available here for Pac-Man. Of course, for Brightwing, warping in on someone who has a Stukov puddle underneath is a little bit daunting. Not quite as daunting as, you know, going into a Malfurion, but still pretty close. KLA going for the Muradin. Starcaller going to show us some Dahaka this time. Dahaka, a strong double soaker, and can bring that global presence here on Towers of Doom, so that's 2 globals now for the side of Space Invaders. Thinking about the mid ban, I mean, the options are pretty open. We're going to see the Chromie ban. Yeah, Chromie can definitely be played in this map and in this comp here for Space Invaders. Probably what I would have chosen back in my playing days. I was a Chromie main, to be sure. Always love to see the Sand Mage come on out. Anubarak banned out as the tank choke continues. Thinking about what's available. May is one that can come up here. Varian was played last time and Stukov already available, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see Hoku just run that back. There it is, Varian Li Ming coming out for Hoku and Rodney. And this time they've got the Stukov alongside, so this combo becomes even more deadly. Jay Trinja and Cascon looking to round out the damage here for Space Invaders. Are we going to see the Alarak act once again? Alarak attack, show it to me, Cascon. Jay Trinja going for that Zul'jin that got through the ban process. Cascon goes for the Kael'thas. Interesting. Kael'thas, I mean, having the straight line stun against Varian does very reliably hit, so I like that for that reason. Kian going for the Malthael. Interesting choice here. Malthael, I feel like, has a bit of a tough time into Dahaka, but can also put some pressure onto Muradin in team fights, so we'll see how that works out here for Pac-Man. Alright, let's bring it on back. Bringing it on back as we get ready for game number 2. If you're just joining us, you're not sure what the heck's going on, this is a Girls Gank Squad charity tournament benefiting the Games for Love organization. You can go to gamesforlove.org to learn more about the organization, or just type !donate for a donation link to today's event. It's all being put on by Plasticine and Snarfungus, so if you see them, make sure you let them know. You know, they're awesome. Luminaire's been doing a lot of admin work as well. It's been a very, very smooth experience as someone who just comes in and casts games. I always appreciate it when I just, you know, they just go, just show up and do your thing. Everything works. So far, everything has, and I appreciate that greatly. Let's get into game number 2 here. Here we go. On the left in the blue, once again, we have Space Invaders. Cascon is on the Kael'thas, Krizzo on Brightwing, Jay Trinja on the Zul'jin, KLA on Muradin, and Starcaller on the Dahaka. On the right in the red, we have Pac-Man, Dreamfinder on Stukov, Rodney playing Li Ming, Kian on the Malthael, Hoku is playing Varian, and Faker Fangirl is on the Sylvanas.
3, 2, 1. Let the battle
Here we go. We're checking out this bottom lane as game number 2 is underway here. Pac-Man thinking about a quick move onto the structure here. Space Invaders in the mid. Surely someone will be here. Sacre bleu! The bottom lane! It's being sieged! Malthael waving those garden instruments at the wall. Getting a little bit of damage in before moving on out of there. It's KLA stepping up and taking a little bit of damage in the early going. Muradin can do that because of that trait. Can just move on back to full health at any time, no problem. But now the waves are a priority. Hoku stepping up there, no taunt available just yet, but still keeping the pressure high onto KLA. So our camps are now getting ready to pop here. Dahaka and Malthael will be waving at each other on their way between lanes for most of this game. Right now it looks like Space Invaders is going for the invading of this space, trying to take advantage of that early weakness of Varian. Faker Fangirl and Kian have come on down here to defend. Cascon in some trouble, is going to be taken down. The point is being contested there by Hoku. KLA forced to jump away, Starcaller in trouble, and that is a double kill for Pac-Man. And now they're looking for an invade here on the left. I don't think Space Invaders was thinking there would be such resistance on that camp, but Pac-Man bringing the surprise there, and now they get 2 camps for the price of 1. Very nicely played here as the Sappers are going to crash here on the top side. Fortunately, one of them just kind of fizzled there, as often tends to happen in the early going. This gate is being shredded. Checking in on the Zul'jin stacks, still looking for those early auto attacks. I imagine one of those will tick over to 1 in a moment. It's currently 0 out of 30 if you look at the stackaroos. Malthael, is that the on a pale horse? It is. So Kian, a swift Reaper, moving in between those lanes. This Pac-Man really laying on the pressure here in the early game, getting a lot of siege damage done before the first objective. Hoku, just gonna slide on by. I thought there might be an engage onto Zul'jin there, but with Rodney already in the bottom lane, didn't feel the need. Right now, everyone's sort of hanging out around this bottom altar. Looks like Malthael and Dahaka will have an honorable trade on the top side there. Taunt comes out onto Murden. So now KLA gonna get a little bit of healing from Prizzo. Dreamfinder will get interrupted there by the Kael'thas as, oh, big bombs starting to land here. Malthael coming on down, and we got a full 5v5 going on. Oh my goodness, Malthael in the back is feasting. That is a triple, that is a quad. Resets from Rodney. Quad kill from Pac-Man. They're gonna get the 2-for-1 on this channel. We'll see how much more they can do on the map. What a flank from Kian there. Just marking everybody and hitting those Qs, because they were already pretty low coming out of that fight. Unbelievable work there from Pac-Man. It's going to be a 4-minute first structure. They will back out safely. Space Invaders caught a little bit off guard here, but they are a team that scales with this Zul'jin, with this Dahaka. Kael'thas becoming more powerful with those late game talents as well. So we're in kind of a reverse draft situation from game number 1. Space Invaders likely to get much stronger as the game goes on. Right now, Sylvanas heading to the top side, possibly to steal that camp away from Starcaller here. Faker Fangirl does slip through unnoticed, as Kian putting the pressure onto the dinosaur there. Taunt onto the front, silence lands, KLA tries to jump over and will get on out of there. The growing infestation nearly stopped the ability. Sappers will all cross the line. That is 3 shots into the core. So now we've got a double altar phase coming up next. Space Invaders gonna try to put some pressure onto the bottom lane here before they head on up to these altars. Early down 36 to 29, and they're down level 10s. That's going to be a pretty tough fight here for the blue team. Hoku moving on forward. Jay Trinja getting those autos off onto Varian. But into 10s, there's not much more they can do besides try to delay this out a little bit. Speaking of heroics, we've got the Juggernaut, or the Warbringer there from Varian. Massive shove, last rites, Wave of Force, and Wailing Arrow. So we see Murden going down there in the Stukov Pit of Destruction. Prizzo gonna get popped as Rodney's getting those resets once again. 8 kills to nothing on that double kill from Pac-Man. That's gonna be 10 shots off this objective, putting the core health down to 19. And they are moving in like a bat out of hell here. My goodness. Taunt into Silence Puddle is mean. That was why we banned... He banned it game number 1. It was a good ban game number 1, but... Unfortunately, they're kind of getting bopped by it here in game number 2. Space Invaders with that structure will grab level 10s of their own. We've got the Taz Dingo here from Zul'jin, Phoenix, Avatar, Blink Heal, and Isolation. Round out their heroic choices. Kian, is going to get seen on this rotation, but the speedy Savior going to move away. Backside camp is up. We'll see if Pac-Man is going to jump on that. Rodney's getting this bottom wave pushing. Now Starcaller's coming on in. Space Invaders once again looking to force a fight. Gonna see a drag onto Varian. Silence into the back though from Faker Fangirl. Hoku in some trouble. Is gonna receive a little healing there from Dreamfinder. Great isolation onto Malthuel on the top side. Starcaller ducks away from the Reaper's mark, but Rodney with a big catch on the Arcane Orb. KLA uses the Avatar to avoid the Last Right's kill. That's another one for Pac-Man as the double altar phase getting ready to start up once again here on the bottom side. Space Invaders just cannot catch a break on these objectives. It's been 3, then 2, then 2 again. Dahaka is back. So we'll see if they take the opportunity for another fight here, but it looks like we're going for a quick double channel. Kian on the low side, Dreamfinder on the top side. Are they both going to just get this? They are. That is going to be 8 shots straight into the core here. I don't think Dahaka had Dig available to come and join that fight for Space Invaders. Cascon stepping on forward, trying to bait. That's going to be KLA to jump in. Silent Zone makes Starcaller not able to land the drag, but there it is. Pull onto Sylvanas. Cascon low on the back, but still shelling away with the Flame Strikes. Sylvanas taken down. A nice bait there from Space Invaders. Trying to come back on the map here. They're down a talent tier, but that catch-up experience from the kill is definitely going to help them out. Sappers to be claimed here. Not just the lane pressure you get from these, but you get the experience from this camp, which is vital for the side of Space Invaders right now. Starcaller moving away to grab that lane experience. They want these level 13s as soon as possible to get another even fight with Pac-Man. Sylvanas looking at the flank here as Rodney nearly caught there on the edge. Silence Arrow going to land onto Brightwing as Hoku getting the taunt onto the front line there. Jay Trinja pops the Taz Dingo. KLA not going to be so lucky though. Watching that bomb spread though on the side of Pac-Man. Rodney going to stay alive with the help of Dreamfinder. Another pick for Pac-Man right before this altar spawning on in. And now they're going to look to get this middle tower already bruised up by this lane pressure. Gonna see Phoenix come on out there, and will that be enough? It will. Structure will not go down, but it looks like another 4 shots to be taken here. Dreamfinder gonna start the channel. Starcaller, thinking about moving in, but thinks better of it. Core health gonna go down to 7 on the side of Space Invaders. Drag ton from Starcaller not going to land there onto Hoku, looking for a quick pick there in the mid. I think the triple altar phase is next. The next one is the 5th one. I believe the 5th one is when we get the triple. Or it might be a single and then a triple. I think I've lost the order here. No, it's going to be the triple. I counted right. There's a taunt onto that front line. KLA getting a big bomb there. Murden going down. Pac-Man closing in on their level 16s here. Space Invaders is running out of time. Faker Fangirl going to try to stop these rotations. Starcaller still has the speed. Hoku with the charge taunt coming on out there. Silence Arrow as well, and Dahaka is taken down. Krizzo popped as well as Rodney gets the big hit there. That glass cannon is doing huge work for Pac-Man. Are they going to go for the boss? If they get the boss here, they only need one of these channels. Space Invaders They will be back at full strength just barely in time here, and it is both of their globals. They're going to have to make a gigantic play to stay in this game and stay in this series. KLA stepping forward here, trying to make something happen. Krizzo is going to be caught. KLA is going to be caught. It was a good effort. They had to try something. But this is going to be Pac-Man getting the channel here, and they're going to force a game number 3. Li Ming caught there. I'm surprised they're not splitting up and just grabbing the bottom one, but I suppose it doesn't super matter. Dreamfinder gonna grab the channel here, and Pac-Man strikes back, takes game number 2. GG. Super solid performance there from Pac-Man, just running roughshod over Space Invaders there in game number 2. Let's check out the stats here. Cascon on the Kael'thas leading the way on damage once again here for Space Invaders, nearly 30,000 there in a pretty short game. Rodney on the Li Ming though, nearly 49,000, getting so many resets on those fights throughout the game. Very, very well played there. Take a look at the talents such as they are, and we will get ourselves ready for our game number 3. Alrighty. We're going to go to a short break here, run a couple of ads to try to take the pre-roll off before game number 3, but sit tight. We will be back as soon as the lobby is up and running. Don't go far. Alright, welcome back. We've got the teams in the lobby setting up for game number 3 here. Space Invaders versus Pac-Man. It's all come down to this. Who's going to be able to move on to the next round, and who will be doomed to be able to take the rest of the afternoon off to watch a great tournament. Oh, goodness gracious me. Welcome back to the Girls Gank Squad Charity Tournament, benefiting Games for Love. Remember, gamesforlove.org if you want to see everything that this organization does. ! Donate in the chat if you want to donate to today's event. Give them the caster ready as we see. I think I just heard one more donation. F5 here and see what we got. Fading Cheshi donating $20. Thank you so much, Fading Cheshi. Now up to $674 on our check today. How you doing, Rocca? I guess we should let you know where we're going for map number 3, eh? We're going to be going to Battlefield of Eternity for game number 3. Once again, chosen by Pac-Man. Exciting, exciting stuff. It looks like Space Invaders is getting their actual players finally logging on. They've been running with 2 subs. Yeah, Mockery and Shy are logging in now. They're gonna come in here and actually join the team for which they signed up here for game number 3. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll get ready for that. Oh, goodness gracious me. We'll have some cat time in the meantime. Once they get all that sorted out, we'll get into game number 3 here. Oh, Rocket donating $50. We're gonna F5 it. Great event, great cause, absolutely. Rocket, thank you so much for dropping the 50 there. Bringing our total up to $724. We're almost halfway there. We're almost at the Community Jackbox Night incentive for Plasticine. Exciting. Alright, looks like they're gonna go ahead with 1 sub in for Shy. Mockery has joined the team here. And we'll get this going in just a moment. Cat pets. All right, let's go to the draft. Draft time. Draft time. It's game number 3 here in our best of 3. It's come down to this. A super back and forth game number 1 on Dragonshire with 2 core defenses, and then somewhat of a steamroller on Towers of Doom for game number 2. Can Mockery turn it around? It is 100% all on his head. No. This is good. This will be a good game number 3. I'm excited to see how these teams stack up. I think this is going to be a big draft coming on in here. And I want to see what the adjustments are going to be. Stukov going to be the first band not wanting to deal with that ever again as Space Invaders. Pac-Man. See if they ban Tracer. Gonna start with the Samuro. Starcaller, not gonna get to play that one here. See what the other one's gonna be. Battlefield of Eternity. I'd honestly like to see a Varian ban. Like I'd want to force Hoku onto something else here. They've been banning out Diablo though, so that could be a greater threat. They're gonna stick with the map bans though. They're gonna go for the Li Ming ban. Rodney absolutely shredded on that Li Ming in game number 2, so not surprising there. There's that Tracer ban. No mains allowed. Except for KLA. KLA gets to play Johanna. Cyber Johanna, pick number 1 here, coming on through for Space Invaders. Rodney happy to pick up the Vala in response, and Dreamfinder going to go for that Rhaegar. I imagine that leads to a Brightwing here for Krizzo, but we'll see if they've got anything else in mind. How you doing, Shy? Who's your avatar for this one, Shy? Is that Jay Trinja? Is Jay Trinja channeling the power of Shy on Twitch today? There's that Brightwing for Krizzo. Mockery going for the Sylvanas here before the mid-ban. Oh, the alarm! Oh no! Unfork. Well, now you get to just chill and watch a great tournament today. Gonna see that Zul'jin ban here from Pac-Man for Jay Trinja on something else. Space Invaders looking across at the Vala, looking at the Rhaegar. I still want to see a Varian ban. I want to see it. I want them to dare Hoku to play that Diablo, but we'll see what they're thinking. There it is. Do it like I said. I am the master of the draft. Listen to me. Oh, there's the Diablo coming on through from Hoku. We get to see it. Merkablo landing on the board. Wondering what we're going to see here in the offlane, whether it's going to be that Rexar again. Baker Fangirl going for the Kael'thas here. Not the one that we see on Battlefield a lot, but a pretty classic follow-up to a Diablo Engage. So I like that choice. Space Invaders on the last 2 picks here. They need a flex, they need an offlane. Starcaller, not going to be able to play the Samuro, but does have Dahaka available if they want to go back to that one. Let's see what the thought is here. Going for that Yrel here is Starcaller, and Jay Trinja goes for Greymane. That is a heavy, heavy siege potential between Sylvanas and Greymane here. If Space Invaders gets an inch, they're going to take a mile. Kian going for the Imperious on the last pick, just going for the super stun train. Here is Pac-Man. Okay. I think Yrel is a good candidate to just blow up that Engage. Starcaller's going to need to be on point for that, but otherwise I like these 2 drafts. I think they both have, they both got a good plan, and we'll see who can execute. Alrighty. Game number 3, we're prepping, we're getting ready. Love to see the Imperious, but everything's got to land if that combo's going to work. Man, this is going to be... Ooh. I'm liking this. I'm liking these. Pac-Man struggles with 4 ghosts. Space Invaders has like 50 ships. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Luminaire. Pac-Man struggles with... I said... You know what? You redeemed it, I'll say it again. Pac-Man struggles with 4 ghosts. Space Invaders has like 50 ships or something. I wouldn't call that a dad joke, but I read it anyway. Thank you for redeeming your nanners. Let's get into the game. As I accidentally click on a hero and ruin my camera. Game number 3! On the left in the blue, it is Space Invaders. Jay Trinja on the Greymane, KLA on the Johanna, Mockery playing Sylvanas. We've got Krizzo on the Brightwing, and it is Starcaller playing Yrel. On the right in the red, we have Pac-Man, Rodney on the Vala, Dreamfinder playing Rhaegar, Hoku on the Diablo, Faker Fangirl on the Kael'thas, and Kian on the Imperius. You know what? It's your points. You're allowed to put whatever you want in there. I'm just saying that ain't no dad joke. Looking to throw the top side here. Starcaller sees Kian, doesn't see anybody else. Vala gonna be spotted here on the bottom side as the rotation comes on down from Pac-Man. Hoku will be spotted there. Nice scout from KLA. Now the regular laning phase will commence. Ooh, Valk can put in a donation. I can't see how much, though, because I didn't size my alert color correctly, but I think it was $20. Thank you so much for the donation. We're up to $7.49. We're so close. $7.50 is a new incentive. Exclamation mark donate in the chat. If you've got a couple bucks you want to fire in our general direction for today's charity, gamesforlove.org. Named after consoles? Are there 8 distinct consoles? Or would you have to have like one team named PlayStation 2 and one named PlayStation 4 or something? Not that I'd be against that. I mean, we got Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. You know, there's probably 8 if you count the handhelds. Yeah, you could do that. I think if you count the handhelds, you can get to 8. Right now, Convection Kael'thas is the play here for Faker Fangirl, currently 1 stack out of 20 here. Checking in on the top lane. Kian and Starcaller continue to battle it out. It is the burn the impure here for Imperius, so a little bit of extra single target damage on burning those marks. Just 8 PlayStations, yeah. That'll be the tournament. PS1 versus the PS2, the PSP, the PS Vita. I think there's only 7. PSP, PS Vita, and then 1 through 5. Is there an 8th one that I can't think of? I don't know. There you go. Just call it PlayStation 8. Oh, goodness gracious me. Shaman Camp was taken a little early there on the side of Pac-Man, so Starcaller will have a little jump start in clearing that. Space Invaders trying to time theirs out a little closer to the objective here. Bottom camp will be cleared away, though, by Pac-Man as the Immortals are getting ready to spawn. Goku thinking about moving across here and finding someone. Jay Trinja will not be spotted. This is a Q build volley here for Rodney, so extra damage on the objective is what we will have. Both teams burning down the Immortals on the first phase. Pac-Man is slightly ahead here. Is Starcaller going to get caught on the edge? Looks like Space Invaders trying to step up for a defense here. KLA can't gather anyone up with the Condemn. Polymorph on the low side there. Faker Fangirl in trouble. Kael'thas will follow his first blood. Reset those level 1 stacks. PlayStation TV. There you go. You got an 8th. Easy peasy. Space Invaders going to go ahead and jump on this objective here on the left as the defense continues on the right here for Starcaller, KLA, and Krizzo. Rodney trying to step up to get this taken down here, but they're running out of time. Space Invaders finishing up this objective here on the left as the fight continues. Couple hits there as Starcaller could be in a little trouble, gets the big knockback, but is running out of tricks here. Brightwing coming on through is barely not there in time. And Urel goes down. KLA to fall as well as Johanna gets taken out by the Kael'thas Flame Strikes. Thank you very much, Luminaire. I've been known to cast a game or two. It's been a while though. That the qualifiers for Storm Division ended a little bit earlier. Oh, there's a gank on the low side there for Space Invaders. But yeah, when I scheduled the qualifiers, the season was due to start a week earlier than it is now, so there's a little bit more of a gap than I was planning on in my casting, but, it's fine. Having a little extra time off never hurt anybody. Well, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you, Luminaire. Objective cleared away pretty quickly here as both teams grabbing their side camps. Oh, Vala taken out here. There's the polymorph onto Rhaegar as well. Double kill here for the side of Space Invaders. Very, very nicely done. Goon, thank you so much for the tier 1. You want some of that time off I'm giving away? I'll schedule you for one of the Storm Div casts for a team that's on a bye week. How about that? Luminaire, thank you so much for the subscription as well. I appreciate the support here for the channel. Excited to get into the NGS regular season coming up. Hoku coming in for a big flank here as Space Invaders trying to get down this structure. Sylvanas popping the black arrows. But everyone going to get out of there safely. Hoku slowed there on the front line. Starcaller coming on down. Was looking for a gank there, but not to be found. Pretty even on experience as both teams as the mortals are spawning on in. Pac-Man is going to go ahead and start up their Shaman camp. Left side Shaman camp not available just yet as we had a very quick first objective phase.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
Raka with the tier 1 as well, starting a hype train in the chat. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes.
It is time for a change in strategy.
Initial burn on this Immortal coming on through as well. See what the positioning is going to be. North-south once again. Now we're going to have a full fight. Level 10s aren't here for both sides just yet. KLA gathering up too. Starcaller with a big jump in. Faker Fangirl in trouble. Jay Trinja goes in for the execute. Diablo falls as well as level 10s are secured here for Space Invaders. Dreamfinder going to be caught there on the slow. Mind Control lands. Rhaegar goes down. That is a triple kill here for Space Invaders. Very, very nicely done. Jay Trindra and Mockery going to make short work of this objective phase. KLA making sure Rodney can't step up here for free. Good defensive positioning there. Looking at those heroic abilities, Space Invaders have the Ardent Defender, Cursed Bullet, Mind Control, Blessed Shield, Blink Heal. Here for Pac-Man, we've got the Angelic Armaments, Phoenix, Ancestral Healing, Apocalypse, and Reign of Vengeance. Objective spawning on the top side here, going to be quickly burned down by Pac-Man, but the bottom lane is the focus here for Space Invaders. All 5 here on the bottom side, burning down this wall. Goon, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate you. My personal alerts are silenced for casts, but I still appreciate all the support that you give. Right now, Space Invaders rotating up to the top side here. Pac-Man could meet them. We might have another fight over this top camp. Starcaller going to step up here. We'll get there in time. As Hoku engages here on the left. Starcaller jumping into the back here, and looks like, yeah, we're going to have another brawl here onto the top side. Mind Control does land here as the Apocalypse goes off. Hoku going to be healed up by the Ancestral Healing. Kian going in there for a stun. The Angelic Armament Shield already peeled away. Kian manages to get away. Can Hoku get on out of there? Valkyrie chasing on forward, but zoned away by Kael'thas. Big battle, but no kills there on that top camp. Buy myself some runes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a couple of boss kill videos to create for Elden Ring. I'm behind on that. My template got taken away, so I have to build a new one. And I've been procrastinating on that little project. Top structure being worked down here by Space Invaders. Starcaller being flipped in, but gets the knock on to Hoku. KLA slowing him down on the front side there with the punish. Goon and I did a couple of shows. We did a couple of HOTS-related shows, like interview style. Space Invaders getting their Shaman Camp getting ready to go. As the objective is in defensive positions here. Shaman Camp not yet ready for Pac-Man, only coming up in a couple seconds. Space Invaders is going to come across here and force the issue with their level 13 advantage. There's the Phoenix coming on out. Huge combos from Pac-Man. That's going to be Johanna going down. Starcaller in trouble. Will fall as well. Got stunned out of that Ardent Defender. Now Pac-Man is going to move it across. Space Invaders does still have the bottom Shaman Camp going. Someone's going to have to break away and deal with that. It looks like Kian heading back to stop that bottom lane push. Man, Elden Ring lore? I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I don't pick up, you know, random pieces of paper on the ground and read them enough to know about Elden Ring lore. Mockery and Jatrinja. Oh, they're looking for Kian here on the bottom side. Oh, Mind Control doesn't quite land there. Hoku coming on down. We'll see if they can pick off anyone on the retreat. Mockery is in range, but has the rest of the team here for the backup. Space Invaders have created quite a bit of space for themselves to prevent themselves from being invaded, so they're going to be able to burn down this objective behind the safety of their wall. Full commit here from Pac-Man as 5. If they can surge forward and find a pick, they might get themselves some momentum here. Hoku moving forward. Couldn't quite get the stun onto Starcaller. Ooh, Blessed Shield there on the low side. KLA gonna get caught there. Rain of Vengeance onto 3. There's the Apocalypse as well. Not gonna connect, but now KLA in trouble. Great follow-up from Imperious. Johanna goes down. There's the ult from Urel. Can Starcaller get out of there? Takes a hit from the Flame Strike as Faker Fangirl trying to catch up. Kian just couldn't get the cooldown off in time. Now this keep wall is in trouble. Johanna down. Can they force the issue some more here? Pac-Man not gonna risk it. Just gonna take their victory and move it on back. Space Invaders looking at the top camp here next. Back camp looks like it's going to be considered here by Hoku. Not going to go for it. Okay, they're just going to keep this top lane cleared and try to even that out. 16's getting pretty close for both sides. Thank you so much, folks, for the support, starting that hype train. I really appreciate you being here. I hope that I can see you more as, you know, casts and streams and stuff start to come on back to the channel. Pac-Man has their 16s. Got a Shaman Camp pushing this top side. We'll see if they can grab themselves a free fort up here. Faker Fangirl just going to get some damage in with that Phoenix. Looks like they're not going to commit to the structure. They were worried about their bottom keep. Understandably, as the keep is open, and Space Invaders has had a penchant for split pushing so far this game. $16s for both sides. Positioning. Try to get the drop on each other. Mortals are getting ready to spawn in, though, north-south. See what the next big engagement looks like. It's anyone's game right now.
Demon.
See who gets the drop. Defensive posturing as Mockery trying to get this left side shaman camp out for Space Invaders. Camp will be claimed there as KLA spotted in that bush. Neither team moving forward too aggressively here. A little bit of a standoff, which is not what I was expecting, considering how aggressive these teams have been so far this game. Kian will show on the map here, Space Invaders. That's their cue to move on down. Starcaller going to step up there, take a big combo, gets the Ardent Defender off to go back to full health there. Stunned though by the Immortal. Huge train there onto Starcaller. Kian stabs onto 2. Hoku trying to get the flip there. Gets it onto Krizzo as the APOC goes off. Brightwing going to be taken down there as Mockery trying to move it on back with Jade Trinja. Kian finds the stab on the low side. Pac-Man with a double kill. And they're going to get a jump on this objective. Wow. Just the constant engage potential from Kael'Thas, Diablo, and Imperius. They can't dodge them all. Space Invaders thinking about a possible move onto the bottom camp or bottom keep here. As Pac-Man looks to clean up this objective. Looks like the camp is going to be the play. It's going to create a little bit of pressure here. The objective will be moving up to the top lane, but the wave is in favor of Space Invaders. Goku trying to get up there and help the team catch up this wave. Space Invaders is back at full force. KLA has the drop on them, but oh no, the objective spotted him. Unfortunate there. That objective, I believe, can target you without seeing you, so that's pretty unfortunate for Space Invaders there. Mind control onto the front line. Diablo going to be targeted by the polymorph. Has the negative armor from the fort. Hoku in trouble. Trying to get the regen, but Diablo still going down. That is a soul reset. Big pick off there. Can KLA get out of there? Yes, Johanna with that movement speed. Able to book it on back. Bombs over the wall here from Kael'Thas. Making it tough to step up and defend. Keep wall goes down, and now the keep is being targeted by this objective. Pac-Man not going to stick around, though. Instead, they're just going to peel off and look for their level 20s.
The demon has fallen, but he will rise again in time.
Convection is completed. As the camp is taken here. Are you able to see? Oh no. You can't see the time, but I'm pretty sure that was completed pretty late on that last push. Nonetheless, it's at 100 damage. You know, I don't even know what this says. 100 damage after, you know... Yeah, it's just 100 damage. I mean, it's obviously a scaling 100 damage, but there's no extra text to be found. Right now, Pac-Man about to have level 20. They've got the lanes pushing in their favor. Hoku thinking about moving up. Looking for Starcaller here. There's that 20. Right now, just staying in the base, looking for level 20s of their own. Space Invaders knows they're in a precarious position right now. Mockery gonna scout with that ult. No one waiting in the top bush. Extra Mortal Phase getting ready to go. Pac-Man wants to take this down. Blessed Shield engaged there from KLA, but a great cleanse onto Rodney. Volley gets out of trouble. See if there's going to be a camp steal here. That might be a little... That might be an overreach to give, you know, a favorable fight to Space Invaders. They're just going to go ahead and grab the objective here. I think I like that play a little bit better. If they were up one, absolutely go ahead and take that camp. But even even amounts of heroes, even with the talent tier up, I feel like that's a fight that Space Invaders would be happy to take. Instead, you're going to get basically a full shield immortal, if not a completely full shield immortal, to possibly go end the game with. There it is. Top lane will be the pressure point. Bottom lane will have a shaman camp moving on in with this catapult. Starcaller staying on the top side here as Rodney vaults away from KLA. Starcaller comes out of the bush there, just going to jump into the back, wanting to reposition Vala if possible. There is the Ardent Defender. Hellgate used. Unstoppable is good for Yrel to move on back. That's Seraphim level 20. Always a valuable pick here for Yrel. Objective is going to take down this keep pretty quickly here. Can Space Invaders come through with the defense? Mind Control going to land. So is the Apocalypse. Great job on the Unstoppable, though, by Mockery. Kian has to pop the shields. Here comes the healing onto Hoku with the splashing ult. Starcaller could be in trouble. Going to be stunned out. Going to be taken down here. Pac-Man with an opportunity. Objective is still shelling away at the core. Mind Control from Mockery doesn't connect. Hoku in trouble. One more auto, but will not land here. Pac-Man is focusing on the core, 60%. Can Space Invaders hold here? Pac-Man is backing away. Oh no, 30% on the core. The objective is coming on in. They will wrap around here, and they will end this game and take the series in a reverse sweep over Space Invaders. GG. What a thrilling series to open the day on. Pac-Man with the reverse sweep over Space Invaders, get the upset, and we'll move on to the next round. Very exciting stuff. Let's go to the post-game. See what the stats can say here. Mockery on the Sylvanas leading the way on that hero damage for Space Invaders. 85,000 with the top experience soaked. Very nicely played there. Rodney on the Vala coming in with 73,500 hero damage. Doing some great work on the flanks and keeping that vault up to get away from KLA on those last moments there. Great series. Great work from everybody there. We'll take a look at the talents here, and we'll get ready to send you on over to the main cast in just a moment.